If this story moved you, don't stay silent. Share it with others. Comment below what you would have done if you were on that flight. And if you believe dignity should never be denied, make sure to subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. Because when arrogance collides with truth, justice always finds its seat.
On the ride home, the father places a hand on his son's shoulder. Never let anyone tell you where you don't belong. You belong everywhere. Your work, your dignity, and your name carry you. The boy nods, his confidence renewed. What began as a moment of shame had transformed into an unforgettable lesson. For him, for the passengers, and for millions watching online. This wasn't just about a seat. It was about dignity, respect, and breaking barriers that should never have existed in the first place. Because this wasn't just one boy's fight. It was everyone's.
Within hours, hashtags trend worldwide. Hashtag Justice in the Sky and hashtag CEO Son flood Twitter and Instagram. Clips of the confrontation rack up millions of views. The airline releases an official statement reinforcing its zero-tolerance policy for discrimination. News outlets cover the story, hailing the boy's courage and his father's calm but powerful response. The woman, once smug, is humiliated globally, her entitlement now a viral cautionary tale. But beyond punishment, something bigger had shifted.
The tall, commanding man approaches, wearing a crisp suit and calm expression. He sees his son, the tears in his eyes, and the woman blocking the seat. "Is there a problem here?" he asks evenly. The woman, assuming he's just another passenger, smirks. "Yes, this child is in the wrong seat. Please have him moved." The father pauses, looking directly at her. "That child is my son." The cabin gasps. Phones capture every word. The woman's smirk fades, her face draining of color. The man continues, "And you are sitting on a seat owned by my company. This airline is mine." Silence. Every passenger stares, wide-eyed. The woman stammers, I didn't know." But it's too late. The attendants straighten up immediately, recognizing their CEO. They politely escort the woman out of the seat, apologizing to the boy. Passengers break into applause, some cheering, some shaking their heads in disbelief. Social media blows up instantly. And just like that, power shifted completely. The woman doubled down, now raising her voice. "Flight attendant, this child is sitting in the wrong section. Move him." The attendant hesitates, nervously stepping closer. Passengers whisper louder now, phones raised, recording every word. The boy's eyes well up, but he refuses to move. He sits down firmly in his rightful seat, his small frame radiating defiance. The woman scoffs, muttering insults under her breath. She has no idea that justice is walking down the aisle at this very moment, because just then, his father, the airline owner himself, stepped onto the plane. The boy, however, wasn't just any child. He came from a family that built everything from scratch. His father, a black entrepreneur, had turned a small charter company into one of the largest private airline groups in the country. The boy had watched his dad face discrimination countless times, yet rise above it. This flight was supposed to be a celebration, his first chance to experience what his father had worked so hard for. Little did the arrogant woman know, the boy's quiet dignity came from strength rooted deep in his family's journey, and that strength was about to become her undoing.
This wasn't the first time the woman had acted this way. She was known for her entitlement. In her world, wealth and privilege meant rules didn't apply. She often bragged loudly about her frequent flyer status, about deserving better than others. She thrived on looking down at people she thought were beneath her, and in this moment, she thought she was untouchable. But arrogance always meets its match.
The boy hesitates, quietly explaining, "This is my seat, ma'am. It's on my ticket." But the woman waves him off, rolling her eyes. "No, you people usually sit back there." She gestures toward economy without even looking. The cabin falls silent. A flight attendant glances over but says nothing, too nervous to intervene. Other passengers exchange uneasy looks, some pulling out phones to record. The boy's hands tremble as he clutches his boarding pass tighter. He doesn't want to cause a scene, but the humiliation burns. And just when it seemed like he'd be forced to back down, something, or rather someone, was about to change everything.
Picture this: a crowded airplane, passengers boarding one by one. A young black boy, no older than 12, clutches his boarding pass with excitement, his very first flight in first class. He smiles proudly, ready to take his seat by the window. But as he tries to sit down, a sharply dressed white woman blocks his way. With a smug smirk, she leans over and says, "Sweetheart, you must be mistaken. This seat isn't for you." The boy freezes. Passengers nearby glance over, sensing the tension. No one speaks. The woman places her bag on the seat as if it belongs to her. What she didn't know, this boy wasn't just another passenger. His father owned the airline, and the moment of truth was about to flip the entire flight upside down.